Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I'm Daniel Whittington, Chancellor of Wizard Academy and Whiskey Marketing School. Also, I'm going to shut this door that I opened. Isn't that better? Can't you tell the zero difference that just made in your life? But it made a big difference in my life because it was bothering me. This is a gifted dram, which means one of the co-founders of this brand sent me this bottle. His name is Connor Gilbert. And he's a very, at least internet gracious human. I've not met him in person. But I was excited because it's McTavish, which is Graham McTavish, I'm saying Connor Gilbert. Graham McTavish, the actor, Outlander, Hobbit, Witcher, House of the Dragon, Scotsman. And actually, I've been roaming, because I mostly just like roam YouTube videos more than I do anything else when I'm killing time. And I've been seeing all the clips of him. And I can't remember the other guy's name, but he also has a whiskey. And I reviewed it. And it's called the Sassenach or Sassenach. Anyway, so Graham McTavish also released a whiskey, but he released a bourbon. There it is. He released a bourbon instead of a scotch, and I just found that really interesting. And what he says in the interviews is he wanted to combine his two passions, whiskey and the Scottish heritage of whiskey, with American and what he loves about America and American whiskey history traditions. So he sourced a spirit. Now, it is MGP. For the whiskey nerds in the room, this is the same bottling that I sourced, or same whiskey, liquid, that I sourced for the first releases of Crowded Barrel, our whiskey distillery. They were called Eleanor. Up until a few years ago, every Eleanor was 75-21-4, or not everyone, most of them were the same exact mash bill, the same liquid from MGP. So I am very familiar with this whiskey and its flavor profiles. This one is 7 years old and bottled in bond, which just means one season, one distillery, one distiller, 100 proof. And at least 4 years old, which this is. I have said this on this channel since we started, 10 years plus. MGP makes great whiskey. So unless you screw it up somehow, there's no question that what you get when you bottle MGP is at bare minimum a quality whiskey. I'm interested to see what about this one, or why this one, or is it in any way different? Hey, smells like 75-21 for MGP. Delicious is what I mean. It's that the MGP has this hallmark that's different than all the Bardstown sourcing and different than any of the other Kentucky bourbon sources that I've seen, different than Middle West, different than Gulf or Giant Texas Distillery. It's got this, I always describe it as a chocolate orange, like a Terry's orange, or like a dark chocolate cocoa powder with orange citrus notes in it. Instead of some of these like dark cherry notes that you get in bourbon, MGP, I always get that chocolate orange zest. And this one has it in spades. 100 is a great proof for this whiskey. What I do love about it is they say right on here, distilled by Midwestern Grain Products, Lawrenceburg, includes DSP, and bottled in North Carolina by the McTavish Spirits Group. Thank you, Connor and Graham, for transparency. Thank you. I cannot overstate what a gift that is. I love the label design. I think that's kind of cool. A Scotsman's Dream of America. The Warchief. All right. Which is, I think, based on his Outlander character, if I'm not mistaken. It just smells really... I think the oldest MGP we ever released at Crowded Barrel was, I think, 6. And there's just something really magical that happens about some of the older age statements in MGP. They soften, and the grassy notes tend to drop a little. That oxidation kicks in, and it really, like, mellows out everything. And I really love that. Yeah, it's just good. It's just good. What's weird about this is there was a time when we drank so much MGP that it felt like every single new craft whiskey we were getting was just another MGP. And at one point, I seriously considered creating a secondary whiskey vault that was exclusively MGP products, and it would probably have taken away about a fourth of what's in the vault. But then other players started to get into the game. And at the time, I was really kind of annoyed by it. It's like, okay, guys, come on, just another MGP? Then other players started getting into the game, and then all of a sudden the sourcing spread far and wide. And now, maybe it was Middle West, maybe it was even, I think High West a little bit. Virginia is now allowing sourcing through one of their sub-company brands, but it's their whiskey. And so you can find a bunch of malt makers, American Single Malt, who are sourcing Virginia. I already said Middle West. Southern Distilling is a big source of things. Anyway, there's a lot now. A whole bunch of people realize that a bunch of people would be in the market for, like, they don't want to start their own distillery, but they want to have a brand, or they want to bring in some whiskey, but they're starting. All those same things that MGP figured out. And MGP quit being the only player in the game. And so it's been a while. I mean, it's been years since I have come back into a world of a sourced brand spirit, and it turned out to be an MGP product. I think the brothers, were the brothers Bond, the dudes from the Vampire Diaries, they I think also were MGP. Anyway, I can't remember. Somebody was Gulf. Oh no, it was Ryan, the musician. Ryan Bingham, who was Gulf Coast or Giant Texas Distillery. Anyway, so if this had come into my life probably 5-6 years ago, I think I would have been a little more punchy about the MGP. I think I've calmed down a little bit, and I could see how it would be like, oh good, another MGP. And I get it, but people want to have a whiskey brand. The more the merrier. The more, right now especially, the more people drinking whiskey, the better off we're all going to be. Especially for the industry, we need it. So you guys waited, I waited long enough for that to open up and have that sort of like really lovely marmalade graham cracker note. I feel like I'm on, this is going to be weird, but I feel like I'm on this nostalgic trip right now because this smell, this nose, and this profile was so much a part of my whiskey journey, either in the vault or in the beginnings of founding my own distillery when we were also sourcing MGP, and it was this. And so right now I'm feeling this Graham and Connor are getting this sort of like unearned affection from me on this bottle because you're waking up all of these memories in me and it's making me feel nostalgic. So take it, I guess. It's a really good whiskey. But, that's because MGP makes good whiskey. Anyway, good job, Connor. Connor has a YouTube channel. You should check it out. Connor Gilbert, also on Instagram. I don't know what Graham's doing on the grams. Is it too soon for that joke? It's probably always too soon for that joke. Whatever. Cheers to you guys. Connor, thank you for sending this bottle. And for the rest of you and Connor, I'm really glad you're here. Cheers. If you like a channel almost exclusively based on nostalgia, the good old days when I used to be a contender, like and subscribe.